Good morning, students. Yes, I welcome you to the bio class. Okay, I hope you all are fine. Yes, are you continuing the lessons? Are you following it up? Okay, good. You are doing all the works properly? Okay, fine. So I think you are following the daily classes regularly. Okay, today we are going to see the continuation of the last class. Yes, what is the second chapter? Microorganisms, friend and foe. Okay, what is the meaning of foe? What is the meaning of foe? Yes, clearly? Yeah, good. Foe is nothing but enemy. They cause us harmful to us. Okay, shall we move to the next one? Okay. So, these are all the content, right? First, I will ask you some questions based on this content. Okay. First, what is mean by microorganisms? What is mean by microorganisms? Yes. Try to tell me your answers. Easy. Yes. Tell me. Yeah. Good. Microorganisms are nothing but they are very small, which cannot be seen with our naked eyes. They are visible only under the microscope. Okay, fine. What is the classification of microorganisms? What are the classification of microorganisms? Yes? Yeah, good. It is of 4 types. They are bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and what is that one more one? Bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and then yes? Okay, good. So, where do microorganisms live? They live everywhere. Yes? They live everywhere. And then, microorganisms and us. Yes, we have seen this in the last class. How the microorganisms are useful to us. In what way they are beneficial to us. Yes? Okay, in what way the microorganisms are beneficial to us. First, it helps in making milk to curd. Milk to curd. Milk has lactose. Yes, and the curd has, what is the bacteria which is involved in that action? Lactobacillus. So, lactobacillus converts lactose to lactic acid, that is curd. And then we have seen yeast. Yeast, Y-E-A-S-T, not E-A-S-T, okay. Yeast is used in baking of cakes, etc. So, it reproduces quickly, okay. It reproduces quickly when it is added to dough. What is meant by dough? Take a dictionary and find the meaning, okay. What is meant by dough? Okay, and when this yeast is added in the dough, it helps in the increasing the number of volume. It helps in increasing the volume, and this rising of, and there is an increase in volume, right? That increase of volume is called rising of dough. The increase in volume of dough is called rising of dough. Okay, and this can be used for making cake, bread, etc. And then we have seen what about medicinal uses. So, antibiotic, antibodies, and then penicillin. Yes or no? Antibiotics is prepared from microorganisms and it helps to kill microorganisms. And penicillin is taken from killed microorganisms, and antibodies are present inside our body itself. Up to this we have seen, right? And then they are also used in cleaning up the environment, and also it helps in fixing nitrogen in the soil. These are all the things which we have seen. And we have seen about the useful things. Now we are going to see about harmful microorganisms. Harmful microorganisms. Yes, microorganisms are harmful in many ways. Microorganisms are harmful in many ways. They cause us disease in human beings, plants and animals. They cause us disease in human beings, plants and then animals. So, these disease-causing microorganisms are called as pathogens. These disease-causing microorganisms are called as pathogens. Okay? Pathogen causes specific diseases. That is, different diseases are caused by different kinds of germs. Different diseases are caused by different kinds of germ. And next. So, disease causing micro, I said this microorganism causes disease in human beings, animals and then plants. Now we are going to see about the diseases which is caused in human beings by the microorganisms. Okay. In humans, infectious diseases are caused by contaminated food and water. What do you mean by the word contaminated? What do you mean by the word contaminated? Yes, note the word, try to find the meaning of it, okay. Contaminated is nothing but polluted, okay. Polluted, it's not pure. So, when we take in contaminated food and water, it causes disease to us, okay. And they are also spread by inhaling droplets present in moisture released from an infected person. Yes. What comes to your mind? Corona. Yes. If someone cough at public places, from the moisture which is present in him comes to the others and the disease is spread. So only what do we used to wear? We used to wear mask. Okay. Then microbes can also enter through wound or sore or by physical contact. What do you mean by wound? Wound is nothing but any injuries. So microorganisms can enter into that wound and comes into our body and by physical touch. Yes, virus, that coronavirus is also caused due to. So what is to be maintained? Social distance to avoid the diseases. Okay. Then there are two types of diseases. So infectious and then non-infectious. So disease means any problem in the human body, that is interruption of normal body function. If there is no disease, we will be normal, alright. If disease occurs, if fever occurs, one would dull. Yes. If no, he will be alright. So based on this, there are two types of diseases, infectious and non-infectious. So this infectious disease, invention of body by disease causing pathogens. So these infectious diseases are caused by pathogens and non-infectious are not caused by pathogens. Okay. Now we will see what is the difference between infectious and non-infectious. So these are not there in your book. Just try to take hints. Okay. Infectious diseases are caused by pathogens. So this is caused by factors other than pathogens. Pathogens are not involved. Other than pathogen means such as food, water, etc. Caused due to extrinsic factor. That is, extrinsic means outside factors. Caused due to intrinsic factors. That means internal, inside our body. And then transmitted from one person to other person. Do not get transmitted from other person to one person to other person. Consider one may have heart attack. One may have heart attack. Whether by touching, the heart attack transfers from one person to other? No. So it is a non-infectious disease. It is not caused by pathogens. It is caused due to the body parts. And then transmission of diseases occurs through direct or contact of some medium. This may be hereditary also. Okay. Sugar. Some will be having hereditary sugar diseases. Right. Sugar level, BP, these are all hereditary diseases. And then community hygiene can reduce occurrence of these, that is cleanliness is required to avoid this disease. And community hygiene is ineffective, so there is no use in that, in reducing the occurrence of the. Example, cholera, malaria, it is caused due to what? Affected water, mosquitoes, etc. And then here diabetes and goiter, these are due to the personal thing. Then pathogens. Now we will be seeing about the pathogens. What is mean by that? The disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens, right? What is mean by pathogens? Louder. Pathogens are nothing but disease causing microorganisms are called as pathogen. So, how does these pathogens cause disease? Now we will look into it, okay. Some insects and animals act as carriers of disease causing microbes. Example, now we may take housefly, okay. So housefly is right. This housefly may sit at various dirty and garbages. Dirt, garbages it may use to sit. When it sits there, that disease causing microorganisms are there, right? They used to come and stick it to its body surface, stick to the body surface of the housefly. So that housefly used to come and sit on open food items. Yes or no? It sits on open food items, and the person who eats that food, fall ill. I hope you are clear, right? Pathogen stick attached to housefly body surface, and then this houseflies comes and sit on food, and the pathogens get transmitted to the food, and the person who eats that fall ill. So therefore, food should always be kept covered. Then, how to control these pathogens? Female Anopheles mosquito and female Aedes mosquitoes are carriers of malaria and dengue. So consider, if these female mosquitoes only bite, right? Male mosquitoes do not bite. Female mosquitoes only bite. So when these female mosquitoes bites an infected person, when they bite a person who is infected by disease, it sucks blood. It again comes and sit on a normal person. So it used to suck the blood, no? So that infected blood may get transmitted to the normal person. That is the way where diseases are transmitted. Okay, from infected person, the mosquitoes bite. Again, that mosquito comes and sits on normal person. So that blood gets transmitted and disease also transmitted. Since all mosquito breed in water should not be collected like coolers, tires. So it is a good breeding place for the mosquitoes. So water must not be collected anywhere. So just see that. Then these are common human diseases caused by microorganisms. These are some of the common diseases caused by microorganisms. Chickenpox, polio, measles, hepatitis, tuberculosis, cholera. I think you all know about all these diseases, right? For this, what is given? Polio drops. Here, what is given? For chickenpox, vaccine is given. And then for all this, we have what? Medicines. So this is their mode of the transmission. See, chickenpox, polio, measles are transmitted through air contact, water and air. And tuberculosis is through water. Malaria is transmitted through mosquito. These are their causative microorganisms. So these all are caused by virus. These are caused by bacteria, and malaria is by protozoa. Next, some disease causing microorganisms in animals. So many microscopic organisms are responsible for the spread of disease in animal bodies. Some of the disease are anthrax disease in humans and cats. What is meant by that anthrax disease? It leads to skin ulcer in humans and animals, and it affects the respiratory region. This is caused by Bacillus anthracis bacteria. Okay, and then foot and mouth diseases of cattle by virus. Have you seen cows and cattle? So they have the foot, that is leg and mouth disease, which is caused by virus. And then disease causing microorganisms in plants. So these microorganisms causes, that is the bacteria, fungi and virus causes infectious plant diseases. So the diseases in plants can be detected by, we can observe the disease by wilting, yellowing, stunting and abnormal. What is meant by wilting is the color of the plant will be dull due to loss of water or due to the effect of disease. And then yellowing means the leaf will not be green, it would become yellow. Stunting also refers to abnormal growth. Okay, and these microorganisms can be controlled by using chemicals. These can be controlled by using chemicals. Okay, and then these are some of the diseases which are caused due to microorganisms in plants. Citrus canker, rest of it yellow vein in mosaic, that is bindi. Okay, this is mode of transmission is air and seed, here insects. Up to this I hope you all clear. We will continue the remaining one in the next slot. Okay.